What's going on, guys? I'm back with another 31 Days of Halloween review, and today we're going to be doing Coraline. While exploring her new home, a girl named Coraline discovers a secret door behind which lies an alternative world that closely mirrors her own, but in many ways is better. She rejoices in her own discovery until other mother and the rest of the parallel family try to keep her there forever. Coraline must use all of her resources and bravery to make it back to her own family and life. Alright, I'll admit it. Although the cult following to this film can make it a bit insufferable at times, it is still a very good movie where it acts as like an onion, having so many layers to it while also having so many things to say as well. The first theme that stuck out to me was the way humans can take advantage and neglect their people due to distractions. They do such a good job expanding and exploring on this theme while also unpacking another lesson of appreciate what you have in life, but also go get what you feel you deserve. Two different themes, but also piggyback off of each other as well. The creators do such a great job showing these things by not only saying, but showing that sometimes the grass isn't always greener on the other side, by making our lead Coraline go through some pretty dark phases in a short amount of time. Maybe I'm just thinking too deep into it, but Coraline can definitely resonate with a lot of people. That's just two little notes that I caught, but the film has many underlying messages and tones set up by its set pieces, character actions, and great dialogue. When it comes to the actual story, it is a bit of a simple one, yet effective, where it always has something going on with its themes, tones, and plot points. Right from the start, the film does a tremendous job setting this glum tone by utilizing certain moods and body languages from the characters, while also using this mute color palette coupled with dreary weather and the overall production design. As the film progresses later on into the first act and beginning of the second, the tones start to shift a bit, having this bright color palette, seemingly more comfortable weather, and happier moods and proper body language. But it's almost a mirage for the creepy and dark elements that come later on that clash with a new palette. This film just has a field day with the tones and moods being set. With Coraline as a character, she's a fairly solid protagonist, having a pretty enjoyable character arc as well. The writers also do a great job making the audience understand her character interactions due to the great writing, while also giving us more reasons to care for her due to the way other characters treat her. Right from the beginning of the first act, you get a real solid glimpse of her character, where the only way that I would describe her is an adventurous ray of sunshine amongst the dimmed clouds around her. That was a ball, wasn't it? I don't really think her character necessarily pops off the page amongst other animated characters, but she does offer new things every time you watch the film, which I found pretty cool. Her supporting character, Wyborn, was fine for what he was. He didn't really break down too many barriers, where he can easily come off as a plot device, but he certainly became more important as the film progressed on. When it comes to the technical aspects of the film, there's a lot to take in and appreciate. There's tons of things to praise, like the way the shots were handled, the very stylish animation and character designs, and also the score. For an animated film, Coraline was professionally handled, having a lot of personality to it, where it wasn't just stock shots, having these very creative takes that add so much depth to each scene. This film easily could have been shot like a by-the-numbers animated film, but it just wouldn't have that same stopping power this one has due to having so much life to it. When it comes to the animation itself, you can definitely tell it was a Henry Selick, Tim Burton motivated style, which a lot of people have come to absolutely adore with films like Nightmare Before Christmas and James and the Giant Peach. It has a great blend of different animation styles, while also having so much detail from the production design, the character's hair, and so much more. All the character designs were truly unique, where not one person looked like the other, especially when it came to their features, like the way Other Mother was designed as a whole, the way the dad's neck was placed, how unorthodox the cat looked, and so on and so forth. Although there's a lot to praise about this flick, it doesn't come without at least a few flaws and a couple personal nitpicks. For starters, although the concept was pretty original in some respects, I also feel the approach to the concept and the twist at the end was pretty formulaic. You basically knew how things would play out right from the beginning, seeing a similar tale like this before, so most of the stakes and surprises didn't really feel like they were as high as they could have been. To piggyback off the storyline issue, I personally feel the story became just a bit too repetitive. Simply put, I feel they could have built off things a bit better as the story progressed, opposed to basically doing the same thing over and over. Another issue I had was unfortunately with Coraline. I know, let me explain. I don't completely deduct points for this, because I feel like I do understand the reasoning behind the way she was written, but her character at times came off a bit annoying and a bit bratty, so it was kind of hard for me to fully invest in her as a character. And for my last issue, more or less a personal nitpick, this film is a bit odd, isn't it? I guess it's really not a bad thing, but it just wasn't completely my bag. Overall, I think this film is great, it's just not perfect. It does mainly deserve a lot of the praise that it gets from the masses due to the underlying messages and themes that were set. It gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Let me know what you think of Coraline in the comments below, and let me know what film you'd like to see me review next. See you guys on the next one.